right, what's going on, everybody? I want to welcome you to this week's episode of Terrance and Mike, the Sleeping Giants, presented to you by Double E TV. Mike, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. What's going on?
Yeah, man, it's another week, man. Excited about the pod. Got some sad news open up the show, man. Snoop, someone that I've definitely followed and admired throughout his entire career. It's crazy. He just turned 50. It almost seems like I grew up with him. I remember listening to him for the first time and being introduced to him and inspired by his music. And he reaches that stage that a lot of us reach at some point where we lose a parent, man. What are your thoughts about the passing of his mother?
Yeah, I mean, anytime, you lose a family member, that's always a difficult thing to deal with. I remember when Afeni Shakur died, just, the effect that it had on the culture,
Mhm.
Obviously that was Pac's mom.
Right.
Yeah, just anytime, one of the legends, one of the people that, we look up to in the game, they experience loss or they lose, someone close to them, it's always, something that we think about, and we extend our thoughts and prayers, condolences to Snoop and his family, and just hope that they can be granted some type of peace or serenity during a very difficult time.
Yeah, for sure. We had talked on the previous pod about the algorithm album that he has coming out, and I saw an interview he had with Charlemagne in the Breakfast Club. You talked about how the last song on the algorithm album, how it kind of came together. And this is like before he even knew his mom was going to pass. So, I definitely look forward to checking out that project. And he said his mom dream was always for him to be a pastor. And then obviously he did the gospel album, and his mom got to see him play the pastor on the show, BMF. So, like, to some ways, he felt like it was like his way of honoring her. But, our thoughts and prayers are with Snoop and his family during this difficult time. Got another loss, man. And this is sad, man, because Freeway had just lost his son last year as well. And now he loses his daughter, Harmony, to cancer. I know Freeway is a lyricist and someone that we all respect in the game. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, we talk about, the different things that artists go through in the game, whether it be issues with the label, touring, different things that they have to, keep up with. And obviously to do that, health is a very important part. So, obviously, whenever an artist is dealing with health issues or someone in their family is dealing with health issues, it's something, to take seriously and to pay attention to. I personally don't have children, and I can't imagine what it would feel like to have to bury a child. And as you mentioned, Freeway lost his son last year, and now he lost his daughter to cancer. So we can only imagine the type of pain that him and his family are experiencing right now. So once again, our condolences, thoughts, and prayers out to Freeway and his family. And just like we said for Snoop, I pray that his family is able to receive some type of peace or serenity during a very difficult time. So.
Yeah, for sure, man. I don't have any children either, but I can imagine what he's going through, and our thoughts are with him. Man, what's up with Benny, man? I saw Benny picture him in the hospital.
Yeah, I mean, from what I read, it's a non-COVID related health issue, as we were just talking about the importance of health.
Mhm.
But I also read it. Some publications believe it to be asthma related.
Mhm.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but whatever the situation, Benny has obviously, had some incidents since he's been in the game. There was the shooting incident out in Houston, I think maybe a year or so ago.
Right.
But we just the same way we extended prayers and thoughts to Snoop and Freeway, we extend the same prayers and thoughts to Benny, and we pray for a speedy recovery for him, and for him to be to get back on track, so he can do what he does and do what he loves doing.
Right. Yeah. Benny is one of those guys that he'll take that pain and whatever he's going through and put it in, into his pen. So I look forward to hearing what he has to say about everything that he's been through in the last couple months. I'm sure some great music will definitely come from it. Man, this next story was crazy, man. Like Tiana Taylor throwing a Halloween party, and next thing you know, like armed robbery. Armed robbers try to break in. What's your thoughts about that, man?
Yeah, so from what I read, the party was at a nightclub. Look at my notes real quick. It says 3 armed men approached 3 women standing outside of the nightclub. One of the men pistol whipped the woman while attempting to rob the others. Says that police say that the robbery was prevented by a security guard who was there. They exchanged gunfire with the suspect, and bullets missed, hit some cars, parked cars in the local area, and the 3 men fled. But outside of the pistol whipping incident, it doesn't appear that anyone else was hurt or anything in the incident. So we're thankful that it didn't end up any worse than what it was. And obviously, to the woman who was injured in that incident, and Tiana and her people, we just hope that everything ends up okay in that situation. That young woman who was hurt, gets the proper medical treatment, and that she recovers well as well. So.
Yeah. You said pistol whipping. It makes me think about a movie. Like we see that, like people just, see that. Oh man, that's like, them guns sometimes, like that's weight, man. Our thoughts and prayers are definitely with them. And, we had just spoken in the previous episode, about Blueface, and we had spoke also about just our other rappers. Sometimes you understand why these people carrying guns and doing whatever they got to do, man, because it's like the animals out right now, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's crazy. Man, we got Hove, man. See Dave Chappelle and President Obama also gave like a tribute video. Jay-Z gets inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Before I ask you your thoughts on it, I just shout out to Jay. I didn't get a chance to see like the entire speech, but I do know that he gave a shout out to Dame Dash and said even though they don't see eye to eye, he still wanted to, give him his flowers for his accomplishments and the whole legacy of what they did together, and Kareem as well. So what were your thoughts, man, about Hove being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? And I'm sure Nas is coming soon also.
Absolutely. I think it was well deserved. I think it was long overdue. There's not a lot of hip hop acts in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Some R&B acts, likes of Al Green, Tina Turner, people like that. But when it comes to specifically hip hop, there's not a lot of hip hop acts in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And Dave Chappelle gave a very heartfelt and genuine speech. I thought it was dope from the heart. And obviously Dave, is a big voice out there in not only the community but in entertainment as well. So that was dope. But yeah, great night for Hove. He got a chance to get his flowers, and as I mentioned, the other acts that are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame include LL, Salt and Pepper, De La Soul, NWA,
Public Enemy.
Chuck D himself is definitely a member. Grandmaster Flash, Eric B. Rakim, Wu-Tang, Outkast. So, that's basically 2 handfuls of people that have from the hip hop who've been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So, shout out to Hove. That was very dope. And we look forward to seeing more great artists from hip hop being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Run DMC also, right?
Yeah, if I did not mention them, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I think M had inducted them. Yeah, next up, man, the same night, llcoolj gets inducted. Not Jay, but Dr. Dre presents or inducts him, and he does a performance with Eminem and J-Lo. And just his performance, man. Like he brought like a lot of energy on the stage, which that's what LL does anyway, and just got my mind immediately racing to like he's versus ready, man. So it'd be great to see him. I saw like some other podcasters talking about him and Buster, and they had put like a track list together of who would win. And just other people that they thought LL could do a versus with, but his stage presence, he's still sharp. I know he does a lot of the films and TV shows, but he has not missed a beat on stage, man. Like he brought a lot of energy, and the performance he did with J Lo and M was like powerful. What were your thoughts about LL also getting inducted? And also I saw the picture with him and Jay-Z.
Yeah, I mean, well, LL is hip hop. You know, he 100% deserves to be inducted. Just as we spoke about Jay. I saw the performance as well. I thought it was definitely dope. LL, he doesn't like I said, he's hip hop. So when he touches the stage, he's going to come with a certain type of energy. That I feel like is very common when we see traditional hip hop acts. Almost similar to that energy that we saw with Big Daddy Kane and KRS or the Locks and Dipset. That's that raw, old hip hop energy, and he's gonna come with that. So years, almost 20, I think it's 20 plus years in the game at this point. Yeah, definitely 20
30,
plus years.
Probably 30.
Yeah, almost going on 30. So a hip hop legend who definitely deserves his flowers, and it was great to see him get that opportunity to get them.
Yeah, he probably should have definitely been inducted years ago. I mean, just his contributions, man. He was definitely like him and Run DMC for sure. It's like the first stars, basically. To not taking anything away from Curtis Blow or people like that, but LL and Run DMC definitely like put hip hop like on the map. So definitely long overdue, and shout out to LL. I think I mentioned this on the pod before, but I saw pictures of him and Q-Tip in the studio. So I think Q-Tip is going to play a part in the production of his next album. And I know him and Dre had recorded almost like 40 songs together. So I wonder if any of those songs from Dre will appear on the project as well.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah. Our last news segment, man. What's up with the Fujis and the tour being postponed? I saw people being crazy online talking about the tour postponed, but this time it's not Lauren's fault. So I just shook my head. But what were your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I'm not really sure the exact reason. There's speculation, but from the Fujis, their reason for saying that the tour is postponed is obviously we're still, experiencing some city shutdowns and things like that with the pandemic, and they just wanted to give the fans a full, experience that you would get by coming to a 25th reunion tour for a huge band like the Fujis. So I think it was a smart move. And we talked a couple pods ago about some issues that Pras had with his passport and things like that. So I think that'll definitely give them more time to work out those types of things, and hopefully early 2022, like they said, we'll get the tour that we were expecting to see.
You think they'll possibly do another album or EP or something?
I mean, who knows? I think it really depends on each crew member's willingness. I've seen Wyclef out a lot lately, though. Seen him at some battle rap events, doing some acapella bars. So I know he still got it. Also, one of the best freestylers, out there when it comes to just off top. Wyclef has been known for that. Obviously, we saw Lauren, on Nas's album this year. So, she's back outside. So we'll see, I can't really call it, but that would definitely be dope. And, maybe after a good tour, maybe that's something that they would consider. So.
Yeah. Also, I want to give Pras his props. I always felt like Pras is one of those guys. He could have stayed like in the movie lane. I saw a film of his. It was incredible. So he should have definitely, in my opinion, maybe kind of stuck with that because he did a good job. And then, Lauren, did a great job too. So be interesting to see if they ever get interested in doing some more film projects.
And well, I mean, when you're a group as well, it's kind of difficult to kind of do the solo thing sometimes, depending on the dynamics of your group. I mean, Wyclef and Lauren obviously didn't have too much of a problem doing that, but Pros may have ended up being the odd man out in that situation. But I do remember some tracks that he did. I know he did that Ghetto Superstar song with Mike, which was huge. Wow. So shout out to the Fujis, shout out to Pros, and hopefully, that tour will go as planned in early 2022.
Right. Yeah, man. Album reviews, man. It's been we've had a good couple weeks, man. We had a good couple weeks. This one, was good too, man. We got Wale back, man. What are your thoughts about Wale's project?
Wale for Lauren too. The first for Lauren was a mixtape. This is an album. I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done. Production was very good. Usually Wale does tend to have a overall point or I guess you could say moral or narrative to his album. On this one though, I felt like this was really him just kind of doing what he wanted to do musically and just being fine with that. And I enjoyed that. Wale can give you #1 records. We've seen it multiple times, but I really feel like he was just creatively at where he wanted to be on this album. So I enjoyed it. Highlights for me: New Balances, Poke It Out with J. Cole, obviously. Tiffany Nikes is extremely dope. Caramel with the Faith Evans sample was dope. Fluctuate, Angles with Chris Brown. Obviously, that song's been out for a minute, been doing crazy numbers. Dearly Beloved with the Jamie Foxx sample was crazy. And probably my favorite record on the album was More Love. And, Sean Stockman from Boys to Men. And you got a Backyard Band on the production with that one. Kind of gave you the go-go feel, more old school Wale. Down South, as you just mentioned, was crazy fire. Wale Snap.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy Extra Special. I want to say that had like a mint condition sample on it or something. I could be wrong about that, but yeah. So yeah, all around a great album. There weren't very many. I don't feel like there were any skips personally, but my palette and taste musically may not be the same as everybody else's. But I thought it was a very solid project. So shout out to Wale.
Yeah, I thought it was cool, man. Extra Special, is it Ant Clemens? Like I'm starting to see that name a lot, like on a lot of projects. So they definitely getting busy. Down South is definitely probably my favorite record. I thought Fire and Ice was good. Beverly Boulevard. I don't know, it's weird for me. It's like most albums I listen to lately, it's like the last couple songs just always kind of steal the show for me. But yeah, I enjoyed the ones that you named. Tiffany Nikes was good. Fluctuate, the Jamie Foxx sample was cool too. So yeah, man, overall it was a good project. I haven't listened to like a Wale album in like a while, but it's definitely good to check it out, man. And he's done some good visuals as well.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Next up, man, we got Vince Staples. I got a chance to listen to this project yesterday, and the album is called Vince Staples as well. The first of all, are you with that? The video is crazy. Law of Averages is a video out for that as well. I enjoyed Lakewood Mall and Lil Fade and The Shining, but it's a short project, but he definitely got his point across. This is another first for me, first time listening to a Vince Staples album. I was very impressed, man. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, this isn't my first Vince project. I listened to the FM project. I think that was about 2 years ago. and then he had I want to say it was called Big Fish Theory. That was maybe about 4 years ago at this point. But some, somewhat familiar with Vince's music. One of my homeboys actually put me on to him. Like as you said, self-titled album. Highlights for me were "Are You With That?" "Law of Averages," probably two of my favorite songs from the album. Taking, Taking Trips was dope. Uh, I enjoyed that one. The Shining and I thought was dope. Had great energy. My favorite track though overall, I think will probably be Sundown Town. That beat and just some of the topics that he was touching on that track, I thought was really dope. Uh, and yeah, Vince to me is very consistent. I thought this was a very consistent project from top to bottom. Not really any, and yeah, just dope work. So shout out to Vince.
Yeah, I like his visuals too. He's kind of got the not the energy of like a Buster or like a Ludacris or nothing, but the imagination where he's doing like multiple characters and stuff like that. So I thought the visuals were like real dope. Man, next up, bro, we got Isaiah Rashad. The House is Burning. Yeah, I got a chance to check out this project yesterday as well, man. Probably my favorite song is 9-3 Freestyle. I enjoyed that record a lot. I thought Score was very good. Hey Mister, RP Young, Headshots as well. But yeah, man, I thought overall, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about this project. Somehow I just kind of never got around to it. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, man. What were your thoughts about the project? And I'm sure you've already kind of know some stuff about him as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been following Isaiah Rashad for quite some time as well. Probably about 2016, maybe. I think the first project I heard from him was the Sun's Tirade, and there was the Sevilla demo as well, was very dope. Obviously he signed to TDE, so I'm familiar with him and his music. I enjoyed the
Oh,
project.
Mike, I'm sorry to cut you off. J Rock snapped. Let me not overlook that. J Rock snapped. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No problem. What was the name of that track that J Rock was on?
True story. True story.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, J Rock did snap. He
Yeah.
had probably the best verse on that song, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I mean, I like Isaiah's music. I like the vibe that he kind of creates and set when he goes into a project. My one critique would be that I kind of wish we could have got a little more rapping from Isaiah. I know he's very capable of saying some thought-provoking things, and I would have liked to see a little bit more of that on here. But I thought it was consistent in the vibe that he was trying to create. Had a lot of good songs. Some songs were reminiscent of some 3 6 Mafia type stuff. Some of them were kind of reminiscent of some older Outkast. There was one song, I think it was like the one where it's like, "Who's that peeping in the window?" The snare on that one sounded like Missy Elliott, "I Can't Stand the Rain." So like, I think there were a lot of elements that he took from other maybe influences of his, and incorporated into the album. And I thought that made it dope and gave it a lot of personality. But overall, highlights for me from The Garden featuring Lil Uzi Vert, Rip Young, Lay With Ya featuring Duke Deuce. Duke Deuce went crazy on it. Claymore featuring Smino, probably my favorite track. I just love the way that sound, the sound of that track sonically, it was like kind of different from everything else that he did. And I thought that stood out. Headshot, Don't Shoot, Chad featuring YG Tut, he snapped as well on his verse. Score with SZA and Black and HB2U, I thought was a very strong end to the project. So yeah, all in all, like I said, dope project. Not my favorite from Isaiah, but it's definitely up there in his catalog as far as a quality project. So yeah, shout out to Isaiah.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. Bro, I'm happy about this next one, man. This is probably my favorite album of the week. Dom Kennedy from the West Side with Love 3. This is definitely my favorite album of the week. I don't know. I tried to look it up online, but I didn't see it like on Wikipedia to see like how much of this Hit Boy did. But this album is fire, man. I love it. Don't Walk Away with Quentin Miller, Quentin Snap, On the Run, Good Looking, Hypnotize, LAX. That may be one of my favorite records on the album. Star Baby, Rolling Papers is fire. So Dom Kennedy snap, man. It's definitely somebody, you know, I've heard about. But man, he got busy on this project. And Hit Boy is definitely like putting his stamp down that he is that guy, man. So yeah, I think he won Producer of the Year last year. I wouldn't be surprised if he got it again this year. And obviously with him doing records himself, and then we're gonna talk about what him and Big Sean are cooking up. Hit Boy ain't playing, man. He is not playing, and he's showing that he can work with like anybody and take what they're doing and like just elevate it. And I like what he did on this album. Like it's not the most like lyrical thing or whatever, but it's like you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's got a feeling to it. And like Snoop talked about the algorithm project, what the algorithm is, but he wanted to put like a feeling into it. And that's why I like what Dom did on this project. There's like a feeling, a groove to it. Definitely, you know, putting on for the West Side. So I love this project. Overall, if I gave it a grade 1 to 10, I'm thinking 8-ish. You know what I'm saying? It's fire, man. I love it.
Yeah, I agree. If I was to grade it, I would probably say 8.5, somewhere in that range. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how much Hit Boy produced on this project either, but obviously they've done a couple mixtapes together, and I know at least one album. So they're very familiar with each other as far as working together. Highlights for me, Don't Walk Away, as you mentioned, with Quentin Miller. Valet, I thought was really dope. Never Fold, Intermission. LAX, The Other Side. Deep Thought was probably my favorite track on the whole project. That beat is crazy. Mm-hmm. And production wise, I really feel like they did a good job of kind of putting you, like the album felt like California, if that makes sense. You know, sonically, it gave you that Cali feel, that West Coast that you can really only get from West Coast artists. Like people will try to duplicate the sound, but you know, it's really only you really only feel it, especially authentically, when it's done by a West Coast artist. So I felt like he took me on a trip to Cali, kind of showed me around the hood, you know, and almost like, you know, couple days in the life of Dom Kennedy is what this album felt like. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. From the West Side with Love, obviously the title track was dope, Rolling Papers and Come Home. So yeah, dope album.
Yeah, I loved it, man. I loved it.
Dom Kennedy.
Yeah. And last but not least, man, Skyzoo, All the Brilliant Things. Man, this album here, man, it's like every song is almost like 4 or 5 minutes. So and that's not a diss. I'm just saying that just shows you like this guy's pen is crazy. Like it was like none of them he was like he's not following today's motto of like 2-minute songs. Like he like really took it back to the 90s as far as like the song length and everything. What were your thoughts about the project?
Oh yeah, one of my favorites of the week. Skyzoo is a lyrical rapper, obviously. And I don't want to box him in by saying he's a lyrical rapper, but coming into this project, if you're not ready for bars, then this project's probably not for you, because there's tons of bars all over this project. Highlights for me: Free Jewelry, St. James Liquor, Rich Rhetoric, Bodega Flowers, Humble Brag. I Was Supposed to Be a Trap Rapper is crazy. Culture-ish, and What Money Taught Us are probably my favorite tracks from the project. I thought the production was well done. Some sample based beats, some of them were, you know, a little different. One thing I thought that was really interesting, Free Jewelry, the hook of that song didn't actually come until after he had basically done all the rapping. And I thought that that was a very interesting way of formatting. And then he had the do you want to get money or not thing was kind of a recurring theme throughout the album. So there was a lot of those things to take from it. I really enjoyed it. And like I said, Bars for Days, one that kind of had me with the for the battle rap fans with the jazz face was he said something like guys with their arm in the O's like Vince Carter or yeah, I know guys with their arm in the O's like Vince Sanity. Like I just when I heard that I was like, yo, like really, this is what we doing, bro? Okay. Yeah. A dumbfire Bars for Days. I couldn't even, like if I wrote down my top 5-10 bars from the album, like we'd be here all day talking about it. So yeah, if you enjoy bars, great production, storytelling, those elements of hip hop, then you'll definitely enjoy this album. So shout out to Skyzoo, all the brilliant things.
Yeah, it was some bar. I can't even remember because I just listened to this before we got on here, but something about double entendres and something he said. He was going off. And I like the line he said about how they took friends from like living single, and he snapped. I mean, he snapped. Good project for sure. It's kind of puts me like in 90s hip hop feeling a little bit. But you're right, man. I was supposed to be a trap rapper. That's crazy. That's probably my favorite record on the album. That one's crazy. Culture-ish is very good record. What Money Taught Us. Rich Rhetoric. I like that record too. Yeah, man. Free Jewelry. I mean, he got busy, man. I mean, Skyzoo was definitely is barred up for sure. So definitely you're looking for good bars. You're looking for what you I guess, you know, how we kind of sometimes critique how everything these days got that trap feeling and everybody's doing the same thing. He definitely stood out and just did something totally different. And it's definitely worth a listen. It's a very good project.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. We'll transition, man. We got new music of the week, man. So we got Big Sean and Hit Boy with the EP called What You Expect. What are your thoughts, man, when you saw it?
Yeah, I mean, we got the single couple weeks, maybe a week or so ago. We talked about it on the last pod. That's the one with all the bees in the video. Can't remember exactly what it's called. I want to say it was called. I can't remember. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So yeah, but it was we got that track last week, and I saw a video that they had posted on YouTube maybe a couple of days later. That's what really showed me that they were doing a full project. I hadn't heard anything about it before that. So obviously on a future pod, we will definitely break that down and talk more and more about that. But as you mentioned, Hit Boy is definitely, you know, doing his thing, making a lot of noise right now. And Sean, you know, is
I think the song you're talking about is What a Life.
Yes, thank you. That's the one.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, Sean did his LA Lakers freestyle maybe a week or so ago. Hit Boy was there with him. So yeah, you know, obviously they're doing some stuff right now, and I look forward to hearing that project and to see how it turns out.
Did you get a chance to see the interview?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I think Big Sean was interviewing him, and Hit Boy was talking about how he wanted to do like a tag back in the day. And I guess Kanye told him it was like corny and not to do it and stuff like that. And then he felt like some other producers who are doing the tags are probably just as known or even bigger or more known than him for their tags or whatever. And that's how he kind of got back in doing the whole tag thing. I didn't even know Hit Boy made the what's the song with off of the Watch the Throne project? but the one with Frank Ocean. What's the God to a King? You know what I'm
I
talking
didn't know
about?
he might.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know. I was like, goodness. So a Hit Boy, man, is it's crazy, man. This dude is he's incredible, man. So I definitely look forward to checking out the project for sure, man. You know, it's a short EP, but EPs are dope, man. You know, so it's definitely nothing to just gloss over.
Right.
All right, man. We got Z Conway the Machine and Jadakiss. I got a chance to listen to this, man. What were your thoughts about the project?
Yeah, fire song, King Kong rhythm with the two D's and the IM instead of rhythm. But yeah, fire track, Jada snap, Conway snap, and Jay snap. Great song, great song. I mean, I really don't have a lot to say. Like it's definitely worth checking out if you haven't heard it already.
Yeah.
Great song.
Yeah, I'm sure the soundtrack's gonna be fire. I definitely look forward to checking out the movie.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Jade Snap. I was kind of curious. Like, I know what Jada does, I know what Conway does, and I'm not. I mean, I know Jay-Z is like a legend, obviously, but I know he's busy. He's got his businesses and other stuff. So I was trying to see, is Jay gonna be sharp or whatever? But yeah, he snapped, man. He definitely brought it for sure. It's a good song.
Yeah, no doubt.
We got IDK. You see for yourself, a deluxe version of the project. We spoke last week. To me, I thought the album was like a classic. I felt like it's my first time listening to him. He reminds me of like a younger Kanye. But I love it, man. I definitely look forward to checking out the deluxe version of the album. But those of you who haven't heard the just regular album, definitely check out You See for Yourself. How long have you been listening to IDK, Mike?
Uh, maybe 3-4 years at this point. I think I first heard of him around the time he was doing a series of I think mixtapes called "I Was Very Bad." I think he did a few of those. And then he put out an album called "Is He Real?" maybe about a year and a half, 2 years ago from today. And yeah, so been maybe like I said, 3-4 years that I've been listening to him, and some of it was off and on. But yeah, I was definitely impressed with the project. The deluxe doesn't seem to have a whole lot of material that wasn't already on the project. A lot of the songs are alternate versions of songs that are already on the project. Some are singles that were released in between his last project and You See for Yourself. But definitely, like you said, if you haven't checked out You See for Yourself, I definitely think it's one of the best albums I've heard all year. And yeah, check out that one or the deluxe either.
Yeah. Let me ask you just one more question about him. Do you feel like the machine should get behind him with some more marketing dollars? Because he's good, man. Like, he's really, really good. I would love to see him kind of get more exposure and be one of those guys that we know, like Big Sean and people like that.
Well, I think it's coming. And timing is everything, and sometimes things don't move at exactly the pace that we think they should. But I definitely think it's coming. I mean, I've seen him go from just an artist who was really just doing stuff on YouTube to doing stuff with Adult Swim. He has the academy. There's a academy that's I think it's called No Label Academy that is teaching artists about the music business and different things like that. And that's a collaboration he did with Harvard. So, there's a lot of bags and a lot more of attention that's coming towards IDK in the near future. I can see it.
Hey, Mike, I didn't mention this when we talked about Big Sean. What are your thoughts about this EP? Is like his first being independent. Like, he's free now. He's no longer on Good Music.
I mean, yeah, I think that's dope. Hit Boy is definitely a great person to get with to do, a project that's solely produced by one producer. We've seen that with Nas's success. Nas's success for King's Disease 1 and 2. So and also Dom Kennedy's success on the projects that he did with Hit Boy. So I think it's a great idea. And hopefully this is something that works out well for both.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Man, I was excited about this next one, man. I felt like Papoose is like one of the most underrated lyricists in the game. He's always gotten busy. So to see him and Lil Wayne do a song, thought I was gonna stop. I saw the video, Papoose snap, Wayne snap. The visual is good. So shout out to Papoose. What were your thoughts about the song and to see him and Lil Wayne do something?
Yeah, Papoose snap.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne snap.
Right.
In the discussion. There ain't really much else to say. Go listen to the song for yourself. They both snapped. It was a dope collab. I wouldn't mind seeing them collab more.
Yeah. 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 I'm glad I sent that to you, man. I saw it. I was like, oh man, Pap. Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Next up, man, we got Joyner Lucas with Duck Duck Goose. Joyner's been dropping a lot of songs lately, man. So I don't know if an album is coming or what's going on, but it's good to see him with some music and not all this stuff with Karen Civil or whatever. So what are your thoughts about this song?
Yeah, facts. He has been dropping a lot of stuff lately. But Joyner, is not he's not one person. He's not a person that is afraid to drop tracks just for the sake of dropping singles, and So I'm not really sure if he has an album on the way, or if he's planning one, or if this is just something to keep the fans satisfied until he drops again. But I enjoyed the song. I thought it was dope. It's Joyner in his bag doing what he does. So yeah, if you like Joyner, if you like his music, I'm sure that you'll like this one as well. I enjoyed it. Dope track. Shout out to Joyner.
Yeah, dope track. Video was nice too, man. So next up, man, we got 50 Cent and the Baby at the Rolling Loud concert. I saw the Baby give a lot of I guess you'd say like tweets and Instagram posts about 50, how much he like looked up to 50 and like he wanted to learn from 50 as far as like 50's business. Just everything he's doing like in business and television and getting the bag like outside of music. So he told 50 that he was studying him, and those two just kind of started spending time together. And then 50's going through some similar things where he's been called out for homophobic remarks and stuff like that. So I mean, it was good to see the Baby maybe he felt misunderstood or whatever. I don't know, but it's good just to see him back out there. I think he makes great music, and I think his pen will be crazy for the next project. Kind of, his song got pulled off the Dua Lipa song, and he got canceled from a lot of concerts and venues and stuff like that. So it's good to see him back outside, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have any comments on that, so to speak. I mean, I think it's great that 50 is taking a youngin under his wing and kind of giving them some type of mentorship. And but my comments on this story really more so towards cancel culture in general. The thing I don't like about cancel culture is it absolves people from the opportunity to learn from their mistakes, to grow and become better people. And not only that, but a lot of times it absolves people from taking responsibility for their actions, and that's something that we all should have to do, or really something we all need to do as adults. So, and hey, they can cancel me for this one. I don't care, but I just think it's dumb at the end of the day. And people make mistakes. That's part of the human experience. So,
sure.
Not that people don't that there shouldn't be consequences for your actions. There definitely will always be that, but to cancel someone, or to to say that this person should be canceled because we don't agree with them, I don't think is always a solution.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I don't think everybody is as LGBT friendly as they claim to be. I think it's just a bag for some people. So it
whatever the scenario may be, because I mean, there's people who've been canceled for things that had nothing to do with, you know, that community or anything like that. So, you
Sure.
know, whatever the case may be, I just feel like, you know, cancel culture, it's one thing if society wants to look at it that way, but we, you know, I think we should do a better job of holding people accountable for their actions, you know, and I think that's probably some of the part or some of what's wrong with the country in general, if you ask me. But you know, hey, what do I know?
Yeah. Bro, what the hell is going on, man, with Fetty Wap? Like, what's going on, man? I mean, that's like, what in the world?
Well, keep it short and sweet. He and five co-defendants, one who was formerly a New Jersey corrections officer, were charged with one count of conspiracy to distribute and possess controlled substances. Uh, Officials say that they distributed more than 100 kilograms of cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, and crack across Long Island and New Jersey, over a year's worth of time, beginning in 2019. Five other co-defendants who were arraigned on various dates were also charged with using firearms in connection to the trafficking. So yeah, you know, that's its own little incident and problem that Fetty's gonna have to deal with, and the other people involved as well. You know, we never want to see any artist or anyone in the community end up in a situation like that. You know, but I mean, that's part of the game. You know, whether we're talking about the street game, the drug game, the rap game, these are all parts of the game. So, you know, our thoughts and prayers with Fetty. Hopefully, you know, he can get the best case scenario out of this. But I'm sure, you know, there's going to be some consequences for all of this. And from what I understand, he was arrested by the FBI. So anytime the feds get involved, you know, you're dealing with some serious accusations.
Oh yeah, yeah, some serious time he's facing. Yeah, I thought some prayers with him, man. I mean, it just got me thinking immediately. Like, I don't know all the details, the ins and outs of this case. I mean, you know, Star was talking about it a couple of days ago, but man, these days, bro, to me, if you are in that game, man, it's like, if you texting people immediately, that's like a paper trail. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even just talking about Fetty. I'm just saying in general, if you are like doing drugs or anything illegal and you're texting, inboxing, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That stuff is being monitored, man. So I don't even know how you could even like be comfortable really exchanging any type of information through text or social media, man. That's a whole nother conversation, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, man. We get ready to close out, man. We got artist spotlight, man. We want to talk about Hit Boy.
We gotta talk about our my girl Flo Milly from Mobile, Alabama, real quick.
All right, go ahead. I saw the video while I was setting up.
Yeah, Flo Milly dropped the video for Ice Baby as one of her new songs. The video I thought was very dope. Gave you a flavor of love aesthetic, which obviously was one of the most popular reality TV shows, you know, to date. In a lot of ways, I consider Flav like the godfather of reality TV. Because before, you know, Brett Michaels and some of these other guys, you know, it was Flav, the real life, you know, Rob Van Winkle, who is a Vanilla Ice. You know, those people were the ones, Brigitte Nielsen, they started, you know, reality TV essentially. But I thought that was dope. Buddy played one of my favorite artists from the West Coast as well, played Flavor Flav, which was funny to me. But I thought he did a really good job. They actually got Delicious from the show to be in the video. And after, you know, the aesthetic from Flavor of Love kind of setting the mood for the track, Flo Milly came and delivered dope beat, fire bars. Her flow is crazy. One of the strongest tracks I've heard from her to date, in my personal opinion. So shout out to Flo Milly, Mobile, Alabama, putting
Mhm.
on for the state, and we got to show her some love for that.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely something in the water up in Mobile. It's just a lot of talent up there, and yeah, same. I co-sign what you said. Nothing really to add. The visual was good. The thoughts she put into it was good, and she had like a good cadence on the song. So definitely look forward to hearing more from her.
Absolutely. So yeah,
Hit
let's get like my bad.
no, go ahead, man. Hit Boy, man, tell us about him.
Yeah, so Hit Boy, I'm not gonna put his government out there, but 2011 he was signed to a 2-year deal with Kanye West Good Music. Uh, at this point, he had produced, or afterwards, he would go on to produce tracks like Niggas in Paris by Kanye and Jay-Z. Everybody knows how big that track is. Trophies by Drake, which personally is one of my favorite Drake songs.
Mm-hmm.
Click with Big Sean, Good Music crew on there. Everybody remembers that song. Racks in the Middle by Nipsey Hussle, and which featured Roddy Ricch. They won Best Rap Performance for that song, Grammy in 2020. To take it back, I guess, to beginning, how he kind of got started. He started on MySpace. Polo the Don reached out to him about wanting to do some work with him and sign him professionally. He's worked with everyone from Big Sean, Kid Cudi, Kanye, Jay, Beyonce, Lil Wayne, Eminem, 50, Mary J. Blige, Chris Brown, Nas, Snoop Dogg, Justin Bieber, Drake, Kendrick, Selena Gomez, and several more people. So yeah, his catalog is pretty extensive. In 2012, he signed his deal with Interscope, and he formed his hit since '87 imprint, which he's also the founding member of the Surf Club, which was a collective of artists and producers from the Southern California areas. What else? I mean, we know him for Sicko Mode, Sorry by Sorry by Beyonce, Drop the World from Lil Wayne. He was on Saha the Prince's sorry, can't think of the name of that project at the moment. Saha the Prince had a mixtape that he was on though. I think it was called Ivy League, maybe. Yeah, Ivy League Club, I think was the name of the mixtape. And that's where we actually saw him doing some of the first rapping of his career. Before that, he was known mainly as a producer. He also did a song called Jay-Z Interview, which was his first official track where he rapped. That was in 2012. As I mentioned, he did the Saha the Prince mixtape. He was on the song Entourage and Old School Caddy featuring Kid Cudi. And what else? He released a Hit Story, which was his project, which was a free mixtape. You could go download from his website. He did a deal with Interscope in 2013 under the Blueprint Group. And that's, like I said, when he formed his Hit Since '85 imprint through Interscope. As we mentioned earlier with Dom Kennedy, he did the Half a Meal EP mixtape with Dom. They did another one, Half a Meal 2 in 2016. Lead single 100 Rounds was dope. 2017, Half a Meal 3 with Dom Kennedy. And then they did their first album, which was called Courtesy of Half a Meal. And that was 2017, featured Larry June, Tyus, D. Carr, J305, Ty Dolla $ign. As we mentioned, tons of collaborations and features. Obviously, he produced King's Disease 1 and 2 for Nas, the Big Sean project we were just previously talking about, What You Expect. He's got a single he released a couple weeks ago, Back in Traffic, featuring Kirby.
Nipsey.
Yeah, Nipsey Hussle, obviously. Yeah, so just a lot of material, a lot of production material, a lot of songs with some of our favorite artists in the business. Yeah, he's just a person who deserves his flowers. He deserves, all of the accolades and the attention that he's getting for his talent and his contribution. So shout out to Hit Boy,
Mhm.
another artist that we're proud to highlight with our artist spotlight.
Yeah, and I won't even add to nothing you said from a musical standpoint. I'll just give him his props as a father. You know, every time you see a video or a picture of his son is always with him. He's always saying that his son is going to be the best of all the Chauncey men. So, shout out to him as a father. Even a lot of the studio sessions with him and Nas, you see his son's always around. His son is like playing with the keyboards and drums or whatever. So I don't know if his son's already getting like a musical itch, but he's definitely a father and he loves spending time with his son. So, shout out to Hit Boy.
Absolutely. I mean, multiple. We just named like 3 mixtapes with Don Kennedy, 2 albums with Don Kennedy. The courtesy of Half a Mill. The other one was also known as, which came out in 2020. Obviously, his work with Jay and Kanye, his work with Nipsey, Sci the Prince. Uh, his own solo work, his work with Big Sean. So clearly, this is somebody who's been getting busy, especially considering he's only been in the game, honestly, for a little under 10 years at this point, and even very early on, he came in with some very powerful work, with some of his very first contributions to the game. So yeah, shout out to Hit Boy, shout out to his whole imprint and his label. What was that hit since '87, and shout out to Hit Boy.
Yeah, that's the song I was talking about earlier about the niggas in Paris. With Watch the Throne, he wanted to do the tag when I was talking about the tag thing earlier, and Kanye didn't want him to do it. But yeah, shout out to Hit Boy, man. He's a legend. I love his contributions. I feel like he's the guy on top right now as far as from a production standpoint, in my personal opinion. And I'm just excited also to see his elevation as an artist too, because he's getting better and better.
For sure.
Yeah, me and you had talked about like he's probably on the close to putting something together like Dre did with the Chronic or Kanye, or all those guys have like that standout project. So I think Hit Boy is about to cook up one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, Mike, I enjoyed it, man. Give everybody your social media information.
Yeah, that's Mike Check, M1C underscore CH3CK. The I is a 1, the E is a 3, underscore in the middle. That's simple.
All right. You can go to Terrance Hill on Facebook. Be sure to like the page. Also, you can go to my Instagram, which is Terrance Hill the Great. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and go to YouTube. You can look up Terrance Hill Music. That's all one word. Again, Terrance Hill Music on YouTube. And also, while you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to this page here, Double ETV Media. And we got some more exciting episodes and content in store for you. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this week, and we'll see you next week. Take care.